Hey guys, this is Vince with IDS, and I'm here to talk to you today about TruckRx. This is our product for the owner-operator to take a look under his hood, understand what the electronics are telling him from his on-highway 2006 and later truck. It's going to talk to your engine, your transmission, your brake, all the controllers that are connected onto the J1939 CAN bus. So this is our device for that. And inside the box, there is a get started guide that tells you how to get started, how to download the app on your Android or your Apple phone. And also inside the box is an adapter. This is the adapter that allows you to communicate with Mac and a few trucks that use an OBD2 style connector, even though they still talk to the 9-pin that you'd see on a typical Kenworth or Freightliner. And inside this little box is the TruckRx Link device. Now this just plugs under your dash, and you can get to diagnostics and understand what's going on inside your vehicle's brains. Today I have it hooked into a simulator that I'm going to show you a quick walkthrough of what the app can do. Let's take a look. So here we are opening up the TruckRx app, which is free to download either on the Android, Google Play Store, or via Apple iOS Store. So we connect to our device. It's a Bluetooth connection. The first time you connect to it, obviously you have to set up a password and do some connection and identify as yours. And sometimes there's an update that updates the firmware on the Bluetooth device. But here inside your phone, you want to scan the fault codes, and you want to understand, okay, what's going on inside my trucks, my engine controller, transmission controller, brake controller, all the different modules that are electronic that talk to that 9-pin port under your dash. And you can see, okay, there's some fault codes, and my simulator is putting out some fault codes and telling me that I got some hot shutdowns, engine hot shutdowns. Tells you the SPN number, and then the occurrences, as well as which item is causing the issues. And you can click on this repair. This big blue box tells you some additional repair info, and I'll go through that in a bit when I get to the last section. But all your DTCs from your engine controller, your brake controller, everything that's all in here. You can hit the clear button if you want to clear them, and it will clear all these fault codes. Now, obviously, this particular simulator is just going to keep spitting them out because that's what my simulator's programmed to do, is to spit out fault codes. So if you had a truck and you had a fault code, you'd clear it. They'd be gone until the next time they came back if you didn't fix the problem. Now, the VIN information is all there. It's in the ECU. It's pulled out. It tells you the kind of engine and all the information that you get from inside the VIN information database in your ECU. You can also go through and look at the components. Okay, so obviously there's an engine, there's a transmission, and that J1939, that's the protocol that these devices speak. Same with brakes, and then there's some communication cellular unit here. And then there's also 1587, that's an older protocol that the engines will also sometimes speak, and it's this, the TruckRx device can speak to that protocol as well. Going forward, you can look at your total vehicle data, and you can understand, okay, fuel level and oil pressure and trip distance and some information just to help you figure out what's going on with your vehicle, as well as the trip data. And this is for the most recent trip, and here you can clear it if you want to clear it, and it'll reset that trip counter to 0. In this parameter screen, you now get all of the parameters that your ECU, your TCU, all the controllers spit out. So this is quite a lot of data, quite a lot of different parameters. You can see I'm scrolling through it fast, and there's a lot of stuff happening here. So if I want to look at something related to my oil, I'm just going to look and see, okay, so here I'm in my transmission. Okay, how about my engine oil temperature? And I can see, okay, here's my oil temperature right now. And this is for debugging, advanced. You got an issue, you want to know what's going on. You can dial right in and figure out what all these different engine parameters are, and help you solve some advanced issues. DEFs and SCRs have their own set of sensors that you can look at, and you can see, okay, what's my exhaust temperature and what's my intake manifold temperature. And some trucks are going to have more advanced stuff in the DEF and SCR section than others. There's driver productivity, where you can look at your fuel economy, your instant, and then your trip fuel economy, and then average fuel economy, and then hard braking events. And obviously, if you have, you can even reset the hard braking events from this app if you want to. And then reporting, if you have an issue and you want to sort of document, okay, what's my current issue? You hit the generate report button. It's going to create a report. And then here, when I go to my list of reports, I can pull it out and I can view it in my browser and right on my phone. And I can say, okay, well, what happened when it generates this report? Which vehicle was it on? This is if you have multiple vehicles. You can look right away and see which one it is. What are my trouble codes? What are my DTCs? All right in here, as well as freeze frame data, all the component information, all the stuff that you see in the app. It all gets recorded, saved in this HTML file, which I'll show you in a minute. But you get down to all the parameter, and if I get down to my parameter settings, I can look and I can say, okay, what was my old temperature when I took this freeze frame? What was my transmission doing? Was my cruise control on? What's my engine oil level? What are my ambient outside conditions? What's the barometric pressure? So all of the information that's necessary for a competent mechanic to diagnose a problem, either when you're on the side of the road or you're in the shop, is right in this report, which then can be very quickly and easily emailed. You can email it to someone. I can say, okay, I'm going to click there, and I'll just say, I'm going to email this report to myself or a mechanic or someone who can help you fix your truck and get back on the road. And then the thing that a lot of people ask about is regen. So down here, you hit perform command. You can pick your make and model, and you can say, okay, I've got Cummins. I'm going to do a force of DPF regen. So this is now a process where it will force the DPF to go through its regen cycle, which is handy if you have a bunch of short trips and that light's going to come on later and it's going to force you to sit there for 20 minutes at the wrong time. Well, you can start the regen early, and obviously there's some safety questions to do this, but in the end, you're able to force a regen from your phone, which is a very, very handy feature. And then the last thing is that there's a diesel repair. This is with diesel laptops. They have these wiring diagrams and diesel docs and fault codes and labor time guides that if you can just create a free account in diesel repair, and you can get to some of the information, and then there's additional information like very advanced diagnostic, like step-by-step troubleshooting guides with a paid subscription. And you can arrange it through them, and it's a good way to do some advanced diagnostics on your truck. So that's the TruckRx app. It's available in the Apple Store and the Android Store, and that's TruckRx overview device. Thanks, guys. Take care.